Hi there, folks. I am meteorologist Anthony J., part of America's weather streaming channel, and doing a special report on the Great American Solar Eclipse that is affecting much of the country on Monday. So here's a look at the weather conditions. I'll give a broad view and then some specific forecasts and also some stories out there. But look at the cloud cover across the areas of the south. That's what we're watching. It's going to head towards the northeast on Monday that will affect some areas for the eclipse. There's another storm here over the plain states producing thunderstorms in the Dakotas and Nebraska. That one's just going to kind of move north tomorrow and lift out during Monday. So that will not be a major factor. Now look at this map here. This is showing where the cloud cover is going to be in blue, and red is the path that the solar eclipse will take. We'll take this through the day Monday. You'll notice the cloud cover expands over here. Now, this is a little overdone, but this is where general cloud cover will be during the day that could impact the viewing. Now, let's take a look at some stories here. This is from the Daily Mirror. Look at their headline. Solar Eclipse 2024, all regions declaring states of emergency as millions of tourists are expected. So they're talking about 4 million at least of people traveling across America to view it, also in Canada. In Niagara Falls, there are states of emergency there. The first eclipse since 1979. People are going to watch the falls or watch the eclipse right over the Niagara Falls on Monday there. A once-in-a-lifetime experience in Texas, in Arkansas, in Indiana, all across the country. This pandemonium is about to, or is already beginning to take shape. And in New York State as well, upstate New York, northern New York State, is going to be really crazy. And all of New York will be able to view at least some of this eclipse. Now look at some of these pictures out here from Dallas. They're saying, don't stop on the highway to view the eclipse. If you're on the highway on Monday, don't get out of your car, watch the eclipse happen, or view it because you're not allowed to do that. In Indianapolis, the eclipse is sending the city into a frenzy. The entire city is going to shut down, with Airbnbs there going for $3,000 a night for people staying there, visiting from out of town. In New York State, the prisoners are suing the prisons over lockdown during the rare phenomenon. The prisons are saying that the prisoners are not allowed to see the eclipse. They have to stay indoors. But they're suing because of religious discrimination. And it's everyone from Baptists to Seventh-day Adventists and people worshiping Santeria. And even atheists are saying religious discrimination. If they're in prison, we want to see the eclipse. They're saying no. They say, we got to see it. Now, let's go back to that map again. You can see the blue where the cloud cover is going to be. The red is the path. A little higher resolution here. And I'm going to start down here in Texas to specific areas and regions. How much cloud cover expected during the eclipse. In southern Texas, unfortunately, it looks like clouds and rain are a virtual certainty. In Corpus Christi to near San Antonio and likely Austin and Houston as well. But in northern Texas, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you might luck out if the clouds hold off until later in the afternoon. Otherwise, there'll be somewhat of a shroud covering the event. In Arkansas, who knew it? In Little Rock, in Conway, and up towards a Mountain Home and up into Missouri, down towards southeast Missouri, even St. Louis. Not a lot of cloud cover expected, so that could be some of the best viewing of this entire event. And farther up, the same thing, southern Illinois and into southern and central Indiana. Indianapolis could be one of the top cities in the world to view this historic event. In Ohio, it's a little dicier with the cloud cover in eastern and southern Ohio, but northwestern Ohio, a better chance around Toledo, Lima, Columbus. We're watching you real closely. In northern New York State, around Plattsburgh and Potsdam and Malone and Burlington, right on Lake Champlain in Vermont, may be the best place anywhere on this universe where people live. Now, take a look at some specific city forecasts. I gave it a 1 to 10 rating as far as viewing the eclipse. In Dallas, I'm giving it a 3 because I think the clouds are going to come in. But that could change. So it could go bump it up to a 6 or 7. Unfortunately, San Antonio, Austin, only a 1 out of 10 because you're going to definitely have clouds, overcast, and rain also, probably for much, if not the entire event there. Farther north, though, in St. Louis, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 to see this historic eclipse, as there'll just be some passing clouds likely during the peak time of the near totality, 99% there in St. Louis. Indianapolis, a 7 out of 10 because a little dicier with the clouds coming in, but it could be better if we see less clouds and more dry air across central Indiana. And then heading up into Ohio, a similar story up there. Columbus, Ohio, a 7 out of 10, very similar to Indianapolis. We'll watch the cloud cover forecast. Less clouds means more of a historic event to experience there in central Ohio. Unfortunately, in Buffalo, I'm giving it a 3 because you will definitely have more clouds, hopefully less, and that means Niagara Falls too will be a little bit dicey with kind of a thin but gradually thickening overcast throughout the event on Monday. Burlington, Vermont, right there on Lake Champlain, a 9 out of 10. That's the best city of anywhere right now, as I'm expecting almost full sunshine throughout the afternoon with no weather issues. In New York City, it won't be a totality, but you'll have 89% coverage. I'm giving a 7 out of 10, and that's because of the less you're not going to see the whole totality happen in the Big Apple, but you'll have perfect viewing, no weather-related issues there. So check out America's Weather Streaming Channel, the new weather streaming channel online. A great team of folks out there, and it's a great team to be part of. And you can find us there on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook right there. We also have individual state Facebook pages that are continuing to pop up. And definitely enjoy this eclipse. Enjoy the weather. Stay safe out there. And check out the weather here right on AWSC. Stay safe out there.